No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 86. Cooktown, 4:57 p.m. Balloony indicated he should be here around 5:10 or so, Paul Pelt said to his wife Karen from inside the couple's home on Newman Street. Is that correct? He said 15 minutes, Karen replied, looking at her wristwatch. So yes, I suppose so. Plenty of time, but we'd best not dawdle. Shall we ride over? Paul asked, brow furrowed. I pumped up our tires for Sunday's ride, so we should be fine. Karen said, the corners of her mouth stretching downward. Yes, let's. It can't hurt anything, and I'd rather get there before Balloony and boot the computer so we can get right to work when Z arrives. Smiling, she added, I knew I married you for more than just your good looks. Let me grab my trainers and we can go. You get your shoes, I'll grab the bikes and helmets, and we'll be off, Paul replied, blowing his wife a kiss before exiting through the kitchen door and walking to their detached garage. Paul had rolled a pair of his and hers giant Nutra-bicycles from the garage and set them in the driveway before returning and grabbing their less than a week-old new since Christmas Giro Rock Lock helmets before Karen joined him on the driveway. Handing Karen her helmet, then fastening his on his head, he nodded, tilted his head to the side, and looked at his wife with furrowed brow. Ready? He asked, once she too had her helmet on. Ready, she replied, flipping up her hybrid's kickstand, coasting down the driveway and turning right at the bottom while Paul followed in her wake. Don't you love these new helmets? Paul asked loudly, enthusiastically. They're so lightweight and well vented, aren't they, darling? Oh, my goodness, Karen said with a laugh at it. Oh, yes, in ridiculously exaggerated enthusiasm. These are amazing. Thank goodness someone was thoughtful enough to replace our old MSR helmets. Praise whoever that might be, she concluded, shaking her head, laughing, and coming to a full stop at Newton, where she waited for her husband to join her prior to their right turn. Paul, slowing to less than 5 kph, likewise checked for traffic, said, Coast is clear, away we go, then led the turn to the right. Karen rode by his side long enough to announce, Let's take Hope Street, before taking the lead and heading to Hope, saying, Hope to hog to Helen, in a sing-song before becoming samba. I'm not sure where to start, PJP, she said with a sigh. You've fallen into the thick of some rather startling circumstances here. How are you processing all of this? Honestly, Paul answered, I'm not. Not even trying to process yet. I'm just focusing on the task at hand and telling myself that when the time presents itself, you'll give some sort of comprehensible outline. But for now, I am merely your and Balloony's servant. Don't know what else I can do other than that. You are simply amazing, Karen said, her voice filled with admiration. Short version is that the Bordens came to the library in search of finding that Rosier fellow, and after some cloak and dagger, we contacted him. It's all very hush-hush and may truly be dangerous, but Balloony is endearing and in danger. I feel compelled to do all we can to see that he remains free. Sounds like the back of one of your paperback book blurbs, Paul said with a smile. In any case, having known you for 20 years and having had the immense pleasure of being your husband for 14 of those, you have earned my complete faith in you. Until you can fill me in, I'll do as I'm told and provide whatever independent help that I can. Sufficient? Outstandingly so, Karen replied, and it was you who suggested that Balloony speak directly through Rosier's protege, Joey, so you are already earning far more than you're being paid, which I assume is nothing, well, no money, but I believe there are dividends to being a hunky, handsome, helpful husband, yes? Oh, yes, my darling, Paul chuckled. You are a blessing.